I lean to the corner and accelerate to the post. I didn't know what a defender was at the time, but I knew David lost the ball, give me an opportunity, and I hop on it, and it just went off my hands. Just went off my hands.
How many yards was it?
That would have been, I probably call it, that would have put us in the red zone to kick a field goal or go in for a touchdown, however. But that play was a big play in that game, let alone a lot of other plays that stopped us from winning that game. But that play still to this day is people just, you the one who dropped that pass against Florida.
You didn't get no notes, did you?
Yes. Oh, at that time, there was no social media. It was people left voicemails at my house.
A note on the car like they did Quincy.
Yeah. So, I mean, just go to that. Like, as we talk about these athletes today, you just don't know the stress that is put on these young athletes when they don't perform to the ability that others think they should. Now you got social media. I'm like, I don't know how I would have feared in this social media area when people have kind of direct contact to you through social media. And that's why I tell people all the time, like, people mental, like you're sending them these messages. You don't know what the mental state you put them in. And I know we chose to play this game and we're up for being criticized, but there's some things that just go too far sometimes. And I didn't want to drop that ball. So you telling me you doing all this? I meant to catch because I've never beat Florida in my time there. So that was one game that sticks with me still 25 years later. But we finished 13-1 that year, beat Florida State in the Sugar Bowl. I just think at that time we was peaking at the right time. Yeah. And I think we would have beat Ohio State or Miami in the 2003 season. So we finished number 3 in the country that year. And people always talk about Mark Richt can win the big games. Mark Richt didn't have the playoff era. Mark Richt would have been in the playoffs at least 3 times if they had the 14 playoffs because he's finished in the top 3 times, I think, in his tenure. Yeah. And that year was the year that we kind of kicked it off. That was the first time of us winning the SEC championship, Georgia. And that kind of.
Who did y'all play the SEC champion?
We beat Arkansas.
Okay.
Beat Arkansas in the SEC
y'all
championship
whipped it pretty
game.
good, huh?
Batman Carroll was on that team. My guy Batman was on that team. Yeah. And then we went and played Florida State in the Sugar Bowl and finished number 3 that year in the rankings.
I remember that Sugar Bowl game, Anquan Bolden playing quarterback, and he went like for a 2-point conversion or something. We stopped him. I was hell.
Anquan Bolden.
It was a beast.
Yeah.
Was a beast.
Speaking of social media, you think the dude that dropped the ball against Alabama, the freshman, you think he caught some tweets?
He did, and I know him personally. He's done some work with me as well. Through all this recruiting process, I got to know his mom, who was a super athlete herself. So I know what he received. I've been in that same predicament. And
so you can relate.
I can relate. I tried to call him and just to give him some words. Let him know that I've been there. Of course, just like me, I probably wouldn't answer either. I probably wouldn't want to talk to anyone. But that kid is going to be special.
Oh, wow.
He's going to be special. Watch and see. He's going to be special.
So, Trey, Terrence had a chance to he knows Coach Steph. He's been on here. And
we're speaking to Coach Steph. I told him we'll bring him back soon. But
okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so he does the same thing with training receivers and everything. So tell us about Lad was one of his guys, and tell us about that.
So I've been doing this since I retired in 2013. It's kind of one of those things where the biggest thing for athletes that play alone, to just athletes, period, like what you gonna do when you stop playing? I didn't know either. So I'm like, I'm just gonna use what I've learned through these 20 years of playing and give it back to the youth. That's why I did it. So I've been training receivers since 2014 till now and just trained. I mean, if you call their name, I probably have some part of their development. Like Lad. Lad is a guy that I started working with from a senior in high school and probably his freshman year. Then Steph took over as well, did a great job with him. So I just, man, it's a bunch of them. And I get them young. I like to get them in middle school. And one of the guys that I got in middle school, if you heard of Jermaine Burton. Yeah. Jermaine Burton's another one of the guys that I started with in middle school, trained him all the way up. Now he's with the Cincinnati Bengals. So I just
Jermaine, he can't end up becoming a tight end.
Jermaine, no. So that's another. So you heard
that's a different
Avery
Jermaine
Gilbert.
Burton.
So Jermaine Burton's a receiver that came to Georgia, transferred to Alabama.
Okay.
And now he's with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
Another one that's one of mine that I got a special place for is Eric Gilbert. I
Okay.
don't know if y'all do your background on him. I mean, he was a 5-star tight end coming out of Marietta High School.
Okay.
Went to sign out of high school with LSU. Ended up transferring to Georgia. Left Georgia, went to Nebraska, and now he's at Savannah State. And I bring his name up because we just talk about the mental state of our athletes. And he's had some issues that he's had to deal with. And I just think sometimes, man, we just got to give these athletes some grace sometimes.
Some grace.
Because he's going through a lot in his life. He's been back in the news recently. And instead of going on to internet to talk bad about a young man and criticize young man, let's send prayers to the young men because you just don't know what someone is going through. And he's had a lot to deal with it in his life. And the mental issues is real. It is real. And I haven't seen him in a while. I haven't talked to him in a while, but he's always in my prayers and trying to uplift him and just trying to be a productive citizen. So I just say to people sometimes, man, just send prayers instead of sending negativity to these players' way. Just send some positivity to these players, and because you never know, like you say, outside of the uniform, when they go home when the lights are off, what are they going through? We don't know.
Nah, you got a point. I don't know if I can send prayers to Zach Robinson. I'm trying, but I'm sorry. I just had to bash him.
Yeah. So,
but I do feel what you're saying,
yeah.
man. If you ever see him and he want to come on the show and talk about it, man, we love to talk to him, man. Seriously.
Definitely will. He's one that definitely. I just wish everyone just gets just send some love to, send a prayer hand to, because he needs it.
Yeah, man. Well, I will say this. Of course, we have our takes, and we have, I'm sure. I don't even have to say I'm sure. I know everything we've said hasn't been favorable toward the athlete, but you do give me something to think about. I've been more cautious about what I will say about the college athletes than I have the pro athletes. But I need to even just think about that even more when it comes to some of the pro athletes.
You know what I just tweeted about that though? We played this game. We signed up this game, coaches as well, to get cheered and criticized. And criticizing comes with the game. My only point to some people is give them their flowers when they're doing well, not just criticizing when they're doing bad. When they do something well, say, I know I've been tough on him, but he came to play.
You know what?